If we're in the midst of Africans, how would they tell that this is a Nigerian and this is a Ghanaian? There has to be something that says, this is me from Nigeria. And I think that's why we're all embracing it and going back.
Welcome to Leadership Matters with Khadija Okunu. Across the world, leadership is being tested in boardrooms, in governments, and within communities. This is a space for conversations with those navigating that responsibility in real time. Today, I'm joined by a distinguished guest whose work reflects both depth and direction. In leadership, we often talk about disruption, but today we're talking about something much more difficult: fluidity. How do you stay soft? Soft enough to be creative, but strong enough to build a sustainable luxury empire in one of the most challenging business environments on earth? Our guest today is a woman who has quite literally seen the industry from every angle. Many first met her on the runway as a top model and a finalist in Nigeria's next Supermodel. While the world saw a muse, she saw a classroom. Isi Sakalis Atagamen didn't just want to wear the art, she wanted to engineer it. After holding her craft at the prestigious Lesof College of Art and Design in South Africa, she returned to earn the title as Nigeria's Drape Queen. As the creative director for Africa Fashion Week, Nigeria 2024, she isn't just designing clothes. She's designing the future of how African heritage is exported to the world. What sets Isi Atagamen apart is her refusal to compromise on soul. Whether she's integrating hand-painted masquerade motifs into high fashion silhouettes or advocating for slow fashion and local weavers, she leads with a sense of Afro-galactic vision. She also treats her business like an ecosystem, recently expanding into a fashion and beauty sanctuaries that offer women a literal escape from the hustle. She says that water doesn't struggle to flow, and in a world that tells women they have to grind until they break, her perspective on leadership as a form of graceful, rhythmic resilience is exactly what we need to hear. Let's dive into the mind of the woman who is draping the continent in excellence. Welcome to the show, Isi Atagamen Sakalis.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate the introduction.
I'm glad you like it. It says everything about you and more. This is who we've been friends for I'll say a decade now.
Yes.
And I have watched you grow from strength to strength. I've seen your resilience and your work speak for itself. This is just a very casual conversation.
Yeah.
And I want to start with the stepping stone mindset.
Yeah.
You started as a supermodel, but you saw it as a classroom. Many women feel their current job is a distraction from their passion. You viewed modeling as a bridge to design. How can we stop resentfully enduring our current roles and start using them as strategic tools?
I would say the best way I would advise women to go is this. The minute you have that vision, write it down. You see, right? You have a vision, make it plain. Even the Bible says I'm going religious. I don't know if this is allowed here.
Of course, it's always allowed.
Once you write it down and you start to break down the nitty-gritties of how to get your full goal, even while at work, because there will always be times where I know we are cooking, we're cleaning, we have the kids, but I will say what has helped me, let me use myself as an example, is I always take out 1 to 2 hours a day and I shut everybody out. That is me time. I need to, I need to cry if I want to, I need to strategize if I want to.
That's part of healing.
It's part of healing. I need to do everything that I need. Everything that has bothered me, everything that has stressed me, I will deal with it, and then I will go straight to my goals. And I start to put all the chips together, whether I'm working or not. So I believe that women can, find a way in their own schedule, in their own busy life, to figure out, one, how to keep time out for themselves so that time you can use to build your portfolio for your dreams while you still have your work on the side. Your break time, you can do that too. Just stay focused. It's a lot of work, I won't lie. It's grinding at the highest of in Lagos. Oh my God. But yeah, that's the way forward.
Yeah. Now, this passion that we talk about, you mentioned that when the idea comes to your mind, in my head, there are different ideas coming in. What's your advice? How do you hone on a particular thing? As women, everybody is emotional.
Yeah.
However, because we have so many things that take energy from us, we might not really have the ability to focus and hone down on one particular thing. What helped you realize that this is actually my calling? This is actually what I should be doing? And how are women supposed to identify that in this busy lifestyle?
Okay, for me, how I knew I was going to be in designs that was a no-brainer from when I was a kid. That was the only thing I knew. That was the only thing I could do. Take books, exercise books. My book was not filled with notes. It was filled with sketches of dresses. And so I did that over time, even when I got confused in the middle, because yes, I was distracted at some point where, a family member told me, tailor. No, she told my mom. And I had tailor, and I didn't want to be a designer anymore. And I started looking for things that sounded bougie, like ambassador and all that.
So just little seeds can really, really.
And I'll tell moms, because I do that with my kids as well. I'll tell moms, the time to know what your child is passionate about is when they are still young. Between the age 2, 5, 6, 10, you will see that consistency is there. This is what I want to do. They're not changing it all. You convince them, don't you want to be president? No, I don't want to be president. I said I want to be a farmer. And there's nothing you can do about it, because the truth is they will circle back.
Yeah.
Don't go back there. And that's what it is with us adults. So I bring that to us as women, right? The world is busy. Our schedules are busy. We have kids. Everything is, it's a big bubble. But what we can do to help ourselves is figure out that thing that no matter what, I know we all say it sounds cliche, but no matter what it is, nothing can shift your mind from it. That particular one thing, focus on it. Even if you have multiple things, because the funny thing is, as I've entered designs and I've started, to blow up, I believe by God's grace, I've gotten to a point where designs is not enough. You find that one career is not enough. You need multiple careers to have multiple streams of income. So I start to shift, and I'm going into not just designs now, I'm doing beauty, right? And there's the beauty, there's the spa, and I'm saying, since we are trying to make people actually relax in this very busy environment, can we also incorporate relaxations?
Wow.
Do you understand? And so if that's the case, you have to build it slowly. You figured out what you love the most, start with that. Break it down, write it out, come up with your business plan, come up with, even if you don't have a business plan, I think that, let me just say.
Go ahead.
Business plans, I think, are to a certain extent, not really, but overrated. Why I say so is this. You're doing research, you're doing visibility studies and all of that. They are not realistic numbers. They are not as realistic.
Why?
They are not detailed.
Okay.
Do you understand? We all do the business plan.
Okay.
Why is it that a business would have done its own business plan? Maybe the budget for the business or the investment portfolio is 400 million, right? And they proposed to make an ROI of, let's say, 5% after I don't know how many years, right? And then the business starts. Mm-hmm. Let's say it's 5 years, 5%. Okay? By year 3, you're still struggling. You did your business plan. You did your feasibility study. What happened?
Well, current
Reality.
reality.
So that's why I said, I'm not saying it's important. Do it so you have your data. But also, what I would prefer that we should put into consideration is go into the streets yourself.
That's a business plan.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a business
go into
plan.
the streets yourself. Talk to people about it. Talk to as many people. Get their reaction. You're not telling them, because they say when you have a goal, you keep it to yourself. You don't have to tell them your goal. You just have to pick their brains and see, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And that way you get people talking. And then you get them asking questions like, oh, does something like that exist? And then when you start to get those kind of feedbacks, you know that if within your circle, if you have 20 people and 18 are positive, sweetheart, go with your business plan.
Okay.
Because everybody's going to buy into it.
Okay. So is this also a formula for understanding where your what I call it, your unique niche is?
Yes.
In terms of in every business you do, you're looking to be an authority in there. So would you say that this is also useful when you're trying to, or there's a different set of tools and skill sets that you need? Once you find the industry you want to go to, then how do you then build that authority in that niche?
You must educate yourself on it first. Because if you don't, you might pay people to do it. They'll do it. But if you don't know, then they can mess with you and you won't know they're messing with you. That's another thing I learned. So over time, with even my beauty business, because for me, it's still new, I had to start to learn. So I stay on the ground with my staffs when they're working. The one that is making hair, I'm there. At the spa, I'm asking questions. Okay, so what products? I hope it doesn't affect the skin, because I am also thinking not of the business, of my clients. My clients for me are number one. So if you think about your clients as number one, then you think of every way to make them comfortable and happy, so the money they are paying you is value.
Okay, I have this question. It's very important to me. And I title it Water's Resilience. Your Dreams by the Water collection celebrates fluidity of women. In our 30s and 40s, life often feels rigid and demanding. How do you personally flow through seasons of high pressure without breaking?
I break. I break.
You bend. You don't break.
Okay, well, I don't break, but I bend. Yes, I bend. I really, really bend. But I will say how I get through it is solitude. For me, because I have to shut the world out and then understand everything. I now go back from the outside like I'm watching a video, and I start to analyze all the data, the people I'm dealing with, what the situation is, and I start to deal with those situations independently until I feel I've cleared it all out. And then I come back out with a smile, and you see me for a week with a straight face. And then after 1 week, I'm coming out with a smile, like, she's back, welcome. That's how I deal with it. I just have to take my me time, because it helps me see things from different angles.
You're telling me now that girls in their 20s might not feel that pressure, or might not understand. They don't feel the pressures of life.
They don't feel the pressures of life. We're distracted by a lot of things. Remember in my 20s, I was a model, right? Runway was the same. I wake up in the morning, I'm happy, I'm feeling fly. They call Isi casting, and I got to the casting. And okay, guys, I know some models who can relate to this. My ringtone was "Who's That Girl" by Eve. Yeah. Imagine
That's
going
nice.
into a casting hall.
Nice.
And as you are entering, you go, "Who's that girl?" And everyone's like, "Bishi." So, well, what I'm trying to say is this. With when you're young, there are a lot of distractions. We're having fun, we're enjoying what we are doing, because if we are not enjoying it, we won't do it, right? When we're young. Except, of course, you have to go to work. You studied accounting. I didn't do all that, so I can't relate. But to a certain extent, if you focus on, what you're doing and you're happy, you have boyfriends, you have friends, you have a social circle, everything is fine. In your late 30s, those social circles disappear, because you're growing, you're evolving. And as you evolve, what doesn't need to stay wouldn't stay. It will fall off. And then the new ones that need to come in will come in. And that's the way you start to build yourself up again. But that young age, enjoy it, please. Whoever you're, wherever you are, enjoy, have fun to the fullest, because your 30s, especially the late 30s.
You're welcome to the real world.
You're welcome to the real world.
Okay. Okay, so now there's another one where we talk about your revisit to your roots in 2023. And this is also about women as we get older. Why do you think women in their prime often feel a sudden strong hunger to reconnect with their heritage, and how does that influence their leadership style? We've always talked about when I was coming this morning, you called me, please don't wear a boo-boo. You said if you wear a boo-boo, I'm going to wear an Iran booba. But here we are. Yes, out of the structured suits and pant trousers, we seem to be embracing a lot more of our cultural roots. Why do you think, and how does this work in the fashion industry? Is it really evolving as we go? Are more African women embracing this? Is there a market for it? Is the fashion industry open to allow our flares and our whims to come to light? And is it commercially viable?
Yeah, yes to everything. I say yes because already we're on the global market. Music-wise, fashion-wise, we are on the global market in all spheres. So I will say everybody's buying it. We are looking back to our heritage because we realize that's our identity. I realize that's my identity. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. When an American here, you're going to hear, oh, they have the baggers. Can you get me? No, that's British. Do you understand? Or when you see, I don't know, a Chinese. Because the next international market, is Nigeria. Yes. Nigeria is the focus globally.
So how are we able to ensure that we don't fall into the trap of fast fashion? Because as we become more acceptable globally, people just want a taste of it, and emotions are fleeting. So people just, I want to try this, and then before we know it, we're, as leaders in industries and as leaders in communities and in business, we have to understand that sustainability cuts across all these spheres. How are we able, in your own, as a leader in the fashion industry, you have a charge to the young ones coming on. They have to understand that the type of fabric that they're using, they have to build to last. They have to make outfits to last. They cannot be about profit rather than sustainability. So what would you say to the young fashion designer coming up, to the young model coming up, that, hey, look, you can wear your outfit more than once, you can restyle, you can do this. What are the things and the steps you think need to be taken? Because any gaps and failures in one sector affects across the board. Yeah. And we talk about leadership in question. This is your own sector. This is your charge. Yeah. How would you advise going forward?
Okay. For me, my first advice, based on experience, to every young, especially Gen Z at the moment, hopefully alphas don't join them, is integrity. They need to get you see, that's the beginning of everything. And it starts from home. The things we allow, the lies we allow, the bad behavior we allow, it will grow into the person that you will meet in the society tomorrow. So if you don't build on integrity, because integrity is where the fabric is not good, but you're going to use it like that and put plenty of money and get a huge profit. It's integrity. So if you deal first with integrity, because I used to say, if the Nigeria we all want, we can have it too. It's us. It starts with you. Be the change you want to see. So if you want us to maintain our global, power in fashion, we have to have integrity first. And second, we have to hone our craft to perfect. Well, there's no such thing as perfection, but get as close as possible, which means you give only value for money. And once you give value for money, There's no such thing as fast market. Fast market will now be by us because we will now have the factory. We will now learn how to do the tie-dye ourselves as young as we are. We will now go into the atelier and start to make the dyes ourselves in our own atelier. In that way, we can control, right? You can control what you call it.
Do we have that?
It's not that deep.
Yeah, but in terms of global competition, you have countries that are specifically production based. That this is what they do. That's their selling point. Competing with that might be counterproductive now. So what are the areas that we can become or create that competitive advantage over whoever is producing whatever? We gatekeep a certain area of the fashion industry for sustainability.
I think that conversation is a tough one. I say that because already we have allowed a lot of the things that we have to go out there already, and they are doing it and bringing it back to us to buy in mass. I'm talking of the cane baskets. I'm talking of the tie-dye. China is already doing prints of tie-dye. Cane baskets, they are now using it to create all sorts of things. They got it here. They've been here for how long? So they take the little they have from us. I went to Jakonde Market when I was working on this new collection and my space, and I got to realize, I saw a lot of Chinese people, so foreigners, they're just going there picking this and that and the other. When he saw we picked curry, he too ran and went to pick curry. You understand what I mean? So they are trying to discover the beauty that we have, but we waste it. We take it for granted. So except we start to honey. I said something the other day. I was looking at the bronze, statue, the Benin ones that the British took, right? And I was saying, what is going on? We don't even make things like this anymore. Do you know why? We don't pass it down. So we have lost. There was a time I had a conversation with you and I said, I'm trying to think of how we can bring heritage back and make people go back to their roots, because it's very important. Otherwise, we won't be Nigerians anymore at some point. We'll be so filtered that we won't know who true Nigerians are. We won't know the real Nigerians. We'll be butter Nigerians mixed with, America, London, Australia, Canada, and everything in between, So sustainability, I don't know how we're going to compete in that market. The government has to help, the society has to help. We have to come together as a collective to figure out how to gatekeep it. I feel it's gone. Not everything, but most of it is gone.
Okay, so we're going to take a break now. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Now, even this last conversation on sustainability, you mentioned something about, in Greece and how what luxury really is. It's just upscaling old failures or old ornaments, and that creates. So it's actually the creativity in these items that make them luxurious. And this is what we're trying to ensure that we gatekeep here as a people. However, I want to then ask you, what are the ways, what opportunities are there in Nigeria so far for us to be able to do these? How many factories do we have? What are the possibilities? What capacity do we have? Do we have enough artisans? Do we have trainings for them? In these trainings, what are taught? Are ethics taught? You talked about integrity. Are these other areas of life and leadership? Because an artisan tomorrow is a designer in the future. Whatever it is that they're compromising on as an artisan, they are definitely going to compromise on it as a market leader if they get to that stage. And they're coming up to that level would compromise the whole system if they are not taught the foundation properly. So what's your take? You've seen end to end. What's your take and what are the possibilities? Because in this, we're being futuristic here and we're vision boarding as we spoke about. So how do we fix this issue in the creative economy?
Okay, I will try to take the questions from the top. You asked, what do we have? We have a few things, okay? I know that Lagos State has built a factory where they allow designers to come and work, you know, when and if they want to explore their creative abilities and things. I feel we can expand that. I think we can.
To other states?
To other states. And also, of course, we can have the hub in Lagos. We have a lot of properties wasting, you know, that can be utilized.
You spoke about railway.
Yes, railway compound. I stumbled on it like, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 7 years ago. It's a long time. And then I saw these huge machines. What I think we could do is those already ready warehouses, shift the machines to a corner. Well, I repair it, do whatever you want to do, but use the space. There are a lot of young people. Yaba, Tejo is where everybody goes to. Forget, we might go to Paris to buy fabric, we go to Switzerland. You see, that Yaba is the beginning and the end of everything. I still buy from there. Do you understand? And if you have a factory smack in the middle, what do you think what will happen? You will have premium clothes. And then, like you said, educate them. So it's not like Yaba doesn't have a factory already. It's privately owned, but it's like there's this building, and how many of you are tailors? All of you come here. All of you are selling fabric. You go there. Okay, what we are going to do, all tailors, sit down. This is machine. When Isi comes, attend to her. So I'll go there. Do you guys have factory? Yes. So get tailor if you produce, you know, all of that. And then they say 100 pieces and they make it for you. You get it in 3 days. Take that. Scale it up. Have a session. Like I said, we want to gatekeep. So have a session for tie-dye. Have a session for clothes production. Have a session for beauty. We don't even have beauty schools in this country. It bothers me. Beauty schools that people can go to that they don't have to pay an arm and a leg to learn.
But we used to have, I know in Akwa Ibom or something, there's actually a traditional, there's some traditional ritual that they do for brides.
Yeah.
Where,
fattening room.
Yeah, but it's I don't want us to reduce it to just that. It's so many beauty regimens passed down from generations that we can actually
take that and scale it.
Yes.
So all the things that we have, that we are doing, you know, in small scales, or that individuals are doing as private businesses, you can partner with them as a government body. I'm just saying, as a government body, partner with people, draw your community people together. What did China do? China first shut down its doors, told them don't give birth to more than 2 children, and then screwed them with, you, what can you do, carpenter? You are in this state, everything carpentry. Akwa Ibom. That's what they did. Mm-hmm. That's how they became global market. That's how they made all our money.
They built capacity.
Yes, and they got out of their economy problems at that time.
They brought about 100 or 120 million people out of poverty.
Yes, and you know, funny enough, I think maybe 10 or 15 years down the line, they were now complaining of not having enough kids. Which means no workforce. Do you understand? And they start encouraging them and paying them. But they made money now, so they can pay their citizens to give birth to children. It's okay, now it's time for it to
But we have we're almost a market leader in.
No, we have we have everything.
No, we have, yes, we
That's
do.
why we are the next market, to be honest. So we have capacity. We have manpower. All we have to do is structure. We need to build structure and capacity. Just help these people. There are a lot of young people out there. They need direction.
Who should this? This should be directed to which ministry? Which ministry would spearhead this change that we talk about?
It's not ministry alone. It's local government.
Yeah,
start from the local government. The ministry will give the local government the Kiniabi.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Creative economy.
Okay.
Creative economy covers the whole. Yeah?
Industry.
Yeah. Covers all the industries. Creative economy. But how do you get creative economy to talk to local government? So you still need some local ringleader, a local leader. Someone in the local governments that can say, you know what, today we are going to have everybody that is willing, come out at 4 o'clock on Friday. Let's have, we have this factory, we have this space, we have put this here, we have put this here. If you want to learn how to make hair, do this, do that, come.
Yeah, but
people will come out.
Yeah.
They would learn.
Yeah.
They would take what they've learned. If you now scale that factory properly, they will just be coming there to work. People, they are looking for what to do. They will go there to work by themselves. Unfortunately, there's also the other aspect where everybody just wants to make money. I'm sure if you carry 100 million and give everybody a year now, in the next 1 week we're on holiday.
Yeah, and that's what they think. That's what they think.
That's what they think. No, but I'm
that's
just
not
saying
that's not reality.
It's not realistic. But
even with the 100 million, after a week they get bored,
done.
and you're like, okay, what can I do with this? But the thing is, I feel like the industry, in terms of looking at the industry as a whole,
yeah,
maybe the capacity building that we're talking about, because sometimes you want to train people and you still have to pay them to train them, is my experience so far. They still want to be spoon-fed, so it's different. What
can I join you?
It's different if we're able to. I still greatly feel like the private sector, any growth we're going to achieve is private sector driven.
That's why everybody say, look, you won't blame the private sector at the end of the day. We tried to look to the government, right? It didn't work out. So we all decided that, you know what, let's figure it out by ourselves and fix it. Now, you won't tell the same person has fixed it, except, of course, they are now maybe 500% larger, 1,000% larger, and they know they can afford, to sponsor some people.
It's more collaboration.
More collaborations, I feel.
Yeah. So in the private sector, if we're able to understand collaboration to scale. Collaboration to scale, because I was at a fashion show and we talked about this, and you guys complain about each person putting on a show, rather than being able to just come together and everybody is able to use the same spot, or everybody's able to access the same facilities and the same. It's so divided, and it's so everybody's working in silos that it becomes so costly to do anything. So even within the industry, I think we need to understand collaboration more, and we need to understand. But what are the pitfalls you see in that? Why do people not really want to collaborate in the fashion industry? There are a lot of men in there now as well. There are a lot of women, but there are a lot. So we can't just say, oh, women not supporting women. What exactly are the issues that are stopping people from
trust?
Lack of trust.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is there lack of trust?
I don't know why there's lack of trust. We are Nigerians. We don't trust each other generally anyway. So
I beg to differ.
I trust, I have my own, I trust people.
What do you think will be the reasons?
The fashion industry
is it ethnicity?
No.
Now, is it political? Is it religious? We have to understand what these divisions are, because they would seep into every single classism.
Yeah.
That's where you're coming from.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Everybody feels I'm better than the next person. So if I have to do a show, if you're not bigger than me, I don't want you in my show.
If you're not bigger than me.
So, for instance, I'm Isi Atagamen, you're Khadija. Your brand is already global. Do you understand? I come to you and say, Khadija, I know you do this show every year. Please, can I, And you're like, Nigeria, they'll first give you nose up, in the sense, oh, okay, you know what, I'll get back to you.
But that happens everywhere.
So it's still the same thing. It's classism. We all feel important. I feel if we start to be inclusive, when I say inclusive, the inclusivity cannot be me and you. The inclusivity has to be some person of authority that says, okay, 10 of you come. Let's sit together. Let's plan. What do you think about doing this together? You know, nobody will say no at that point. But let that leader go away and let us sit together and say, let's do show. No, we are going to do it at my house. No, we are going to do it at your house. No, let's use a coat. I don't agree with what you're saying. Everybody now wants to be a leader at that point in time. Everybody wants to call the shots. And then the young designer is okay because if big designer said yes, it is yes, so let's go with it. Do you understand? Meanwhile, big designer is like, how many big designers are here? 5. I'm the number 1 of the big designer. Oh, we all want to be number 1. So how are we going to do that? You understand? So we have to have a mindset of bringing people together, inclusivity. If we have a mindset of inclusivity, even as individuals, I believe we'll be able to solve most of the problems that we have.
Okay, so in terms of growing up, you mentioned something about one of your aunts talking about tailor. Do you think that mindset has changed for the generations coming in? Do you think that their freedom or their free will to choose the career of their choice without fear of of rejection or failure is helping them now? Do you think is it going to be a blessing, or do you think it's going to be a curse? Because as much as we talk about fluidity, sometimes a fluid needs a rigid bottle to contain it. So we need to have that balance in leadership. And do you think that the younger generation, we're always talking about how fluid they can be, that we've forgotten to teach them the rudiments of managing fluid?
Okay, so to answer that question, I'll try to be as brief as possible. Right now, yes, they are free to choose what they want to do. Everybody now understands that handwork is the way forward, if you get what I mean. Craft is it. Yes, education is important. Choose whatever career path you want to do. If you can even learn the professional aspect of your craft, is better. Otherwise, stick to the school. If it's your whatever you want to study, business, I would advise, and then do your craft on the side so that when your business grows, you know how to handle it. Now, what we have to teach the young generation regarding fluidity is you have to have control. Yes, it feels good to be young and free, but there has to be control and limits, because if they learn that what you do today is a reflection of who you are tomorrow, they'll do the right thing. So I think that's what we have to incorporate in our businesses as well, in training staffs, especially the young ones, when we put them in and say, you know what, I love how free you are. I've seen you in your entirety, but I would also advise here and there and here and there to make yourself more grounded. That could help.
Yeah, so Isi, I wanted to talk about your new beauty lounge. It's often described as an escape from the hustle and bustle of Lagos. You've always been very intentional with whatever products that you're bringing to your clients, whether it be your fabrics. There's always a story behind every piece of clothing that you've produced. Now you have the beauty lounge for a reason again. I'd like to hear what this reason is, and why you think high achieving women need a physical space for quiet excellence, like you do. You've said it, you do it every day.
Just as you've said, for me, there's a story behind everything. If I can take 1 to 2 hours to myself to regroup, I think we should try to adopt it. And for me, that is where the space comes in. I had to think of how would I like my beauty sessions to be. I want to go into this space. I want to be the minute I open the door, I want to be relaxed. You get to some salons sometimes, I'm not trying to spoil anything for anyone, but you get to some salons sometimes and it's so noisy and it's, but in our space, the only thing I tell them is no, disappear. It has to be quiet. When they come in, they need to feel they're visiting some consultant.
Like that's the only clients there.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to feel that special, and that's what it is for us. So that's why we decided to create, come up with a beauty spa, where a space where you can come and make your hair, wear your clothes, get a massage, a facial, whatever it is you want to do, relax, and go to your events. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
You have everything done in one
You know the part I love the most is that when I come as a hijabi,
yeah,
I'm able to have some quiet space where I can do my hair. As you know, but only women see my hair, except obviously the men in my life. But I'm able to have that space where I can comfortably show my hair and feel relaxed and feel safe.
Yes,
and I think there are a lot of women that are like me that require that space. There's a space there for you at Isi Beauty Lounge where you can actually have your own section where you have that privacy.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for that. I also wanted to talk about international markets. So for women who feel like they've hit the ceiling in their local environment, what is the first mental barrier they must break to go global like you?
Like you said, mental barrier. You have to first, all of those things that make you scared, is fear the word I will use. The things you doubt about yourself, break through it. That thing that you fear is actually your selling point. Yes. So for the longest, I was afraid of my designs. Because when I was in school, it took me a very long time. When I was in school, I made mostly couture looking pieces. I'm attracted, even the things that inspire me are more couture oriented. And I realized Nigerians don't wear couture every day. So before I saw market, it go tea, right? What's the best approach for me to go? I said, I take my craft, my own signature, the things that people know my brand, identify my brand with, and I take that to ready to wear. And I bring it down to basics and then put the signature on top of it. That's how I'm able to sell. So I would say, find out what it is about yourself. Find out what the market is saying. Find out what the market needs. Find out where there's a loophole and fix yourself in there. Because I realized nobody has the kind of stuff I make. So it works.
So how do you translate that globally?
Globally, all you have to do is you can do international PR if you can afford it. If you have friends that are abroad, that's what helped me. I had friends abroad and they just picked my pieces, wore it there, boom. Sometimes working with influencers also helps. Some of these influencers have global reach. Like Style Connoisseur. When I work with her, I have global reach.
Okay.
So those are some of the ideas that you could, apply and go global.
Well, Style Connoisseur should pay you for that. Yes, that was great marketing. Isi, I'm so glad to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here too.
You're always able to bring your unique perspective, your creativity into every space, into every conversation we have. I'd love to have you back, on the next season.
I would definitely love to be back too.
Thank you. Okay, so everyone, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.